everyone, and welcome to the Writers Class Podcast. Yes, it feels weird to do the Writers Class Podcast. I have done Ladies Tale, Ladies Tale, Ladies Tale, Ladies Tale, Ladies Tale, and I thought Ladies Tale, Ladies Tale. Now it's Writers Class. I'm like, I don't even think I know how to talk to writers anymore.
I get that.
I've been out of my depth for every Ladies Tale podcast because you know what Ladies Tale podcasts are. They're just like about the world of movies and TV and all that stuff and directing. What they no idea what they do. All I know is there's a table and there's some snacks and then they make stuff and it appears on my screen. That's all I know. And I got a whole interview with them. It never worked. But
sounds good.
It feels good to be back to writing, talking to a writer, because I feel like I know a little bit about writing. But anyway, I'm Winona, and I remember to introduce myself, so high five to me on both sides because I'm a narcissist, so I need double the high five, right?
Right on. Yep.
Oh, okay, no, that was a little too much. I did too much. I'm sorry, y'all. That was bad even when I looked at it.
It's okay.
But you know what's good? Because I'm a narcissist and I'm confident, I'm like, my writing. And you can see what I wrote it. And I thought divorce was bad. And I thought being grown up was easy. If only our mere memoir in verse. Foreign coffee. Yeah. Widow's Weapon, what is that? Yeah, I was just remembering like that last one. I was like, is that a book that's on audiobook? It is. It's an audiobook. And it's been an audiobook for 3 years. How did I forget? Anyway, you can find those books wherever you find audiobooks, okay? And then if you want to see the rest of the 11 books, because there's 17 books in total, you can go to www.andithoughladies.com. And because I said it like a lady today, I'm not going to go and revert that and say it like a car salesman. Although something inside of me is like, you see how creepy that voice is? That's why I ignored it. So you're not here to hear about me. You're here to hear about a wonderful guest. Wonderful guest, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi there, I'm Amy Willard, and I am a writer. I've been writing all of my life, but I finally have an editor that is not me, that is helping me with this book. So I'm originally from Colorado, and I like to call myself a serial entrepreneur. I do a lot of different things.
You're a serial entrepreneur?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
how does one be a serial entrepreneur and writing books?
Oh gosh. Always trying to make more money. I'm as a single mom, if anybody knows about that, it's always hard. And I've always worked in the service industry, whether it's waiting tables or bartending, or in this current lifetime, house cleaning. There just never seems to be enough money to go around for things that I'd like to do, and sometimes for things I need to do. So it was always just to try to pad the bank account a little bit. So lots of direct sales, lots of several jobs at once, and then trying to find what works for me. But I thought I'd give writing a try because I'm getting a little older, and just trying stuff out all the time. See if I can find a fit.
So you said you're going to give writing a try. When you gave writing a try, what did the first try book look like?
My first try book was a book called I Beat Cancer with a Loaf of Bread. I'm a breast cancer survivor and melanoma survivor, so 3 times altogether. And I noticed that when I was going through all of it, there's a lot of lingo involved with that, and a lot of things that I found in my research that weren't divulged during the process. So I thought, I'm going to write this for people, so maybe if they don't want to go the entire traditional route, they can maybe find some other ideas on how to do things and to work through the system. I am 12 years recovered, so I'm cured. Yay! And then the next book I wrote was when I had employees on adulting. I was shocked at how many young people don't know a lot of basic things about supporting themselves and living and how to pay rent and budget stuff, their checkbooks and whatnot. So I wrote a book on that as well. So this is my first story. This one, Just a House Cleaner. It's on Kindle Vella on Amazon. And it's just where a house cleaning lady helps solve a mystery.
Okay. Um, how did you make it interesting? Because I've always wanted to do a house cleaner mystery, but I felt like the butler did it was too much of a trope.
Is she didn't do it, but she helped solve it. And part of that is because house cleaning people, at least good ones, are observant. They see details sometimes that other people don't. So, for instance, if you walk into a room that your room, and then you have somebody come in and clean it, and then it just looks different, even if it's tidy, you see the obvious details and stuff, but for some reason things look cleaner. And it's because we train ourselves to see details that become part of the furniture for a lot of other people. So that's the twist I thought I could use to have her help solve the mysteries.
Okay. Okay, I'm sorry. I feel terrible because I'm gonna steal that.
Okay. That's totally
I'm
fine.
not even gonna make it a secret about it.
Okay. Works for me. I'm glad my idea is good enough for someone else to use. That's great.
Because I have been trying and trying and trying for years to be like, I'm writing a house cleaning book where it's like, either they could be the murderer or they could be someone who helps with the murder. But I was like, the first person I'm gonna look at is the house cleaner.
Mhm.
I mean, the favorite
That's
to ever.
actually pretty common. A lot of people think it is the help, that comes in and oh, of course they did it. So
Exactly. I mean,
mhm.
yeah, I remember a friend of ours owned a house cleaning business, and as soon as there was robberies in the neighborhood, they were stopping all the house cleaners, and it's like,
Yep.
so like it was like I wanted to. That's the first time I was like, I want to write a book, and then I was like, but if they were stopping them, come on now.
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
you, Adam, have gotten around that. And
I hope so. I hope so.
so, what was it like writing this book in particular? What were the challenges? What were the highlights?
Oh, this one was an amazing project for me. It came out like it just flowed out of me. And I never understood when writers would say the characters take on a life of their own. And this was the first time I was able to experience that, because I was writing a story and not necessarily from my own experience, although there's a lot of that in there, of course. But how the story just flows out of you. And they told me where they wanted to go with this. And if I got stuck, I would take a day or two off, and then I'd go, oh, okay. And I would go back, and it took on a life of its own. So this one poured out, and it was really, really fun that way. But I also centered the book in my hometown, Colorado Springs, Colorado. And so a lot of those details were easy to incorporate.
So good. Yeah. I love when you do hometown mysteries. It feels real cozy. And you're like, I know the street, I know the
Yeah.
turn. So do you ever think you're gonna choose another setting? That was not gonna be my original question. I'm gonna just peep in my head. There was a whole nother question. So
No problem.
question that's planned. You ever think
I don't know. I can't honestly answer that. The second book is also centered there, and it kind of picks up where the first one left off. But if I have to write from memory and things that I know, then probably not. I was pretty solid in that space for quite some, obviously 34 years. So I don't know. But I'd like to think about it.
so why did you choose the publishing method you chose?
For this book, it just worked out really well for me. Diane Pierce with Devil's Party Press. We met on a Facebook group, women's writers on Facebook group, creatives. I think I can't remember. I can never remember the title of that group. But we were talking. There was a group going on, and she's like, "Hey, I'm an editor," and I'm like, "Hey," and we started chatting back and forth. And the rest, as they say, is history. So I sent her blips and excerpts as she was coaching me. And she said, I really like this. We want to publish your book. And I went, okay. And realizing the gift that it was, because you hear these horror stories about people finding or having trouble finding an agent and a publisher and the years that it takes to get a book out there. So it felt good. We felt like instant friends, and I'm just going with it. So, and they're publishing my book. So we're doing the Kindle Vella now, and the actual physical book will be out this fall.
All right. Where can we find out more information about the book? Where can we pick the book up?
Right now it's on Kindle Vella, called Just a House Cleaner. And there's a lot of different things on there. And Kindle Vella is on Amazon. Sorry, I should let you know that. I believe you can read it through the Kindle app or on your phone, also on your computer. And it's episodic. So you just read a few episodes at a time, and you can buy tokens. So you don't necessarily have to buy the whole book, but you have a chance to read the first few chapters if you want, or episodes, to see if you like it. And then when all of those are done and the whole book is out on Kindle Vella, then I'm not sure the time frame. I think it's like 30 days, then it'll go to print. So, and I'm not sure when that will be available exactly and how to get a hold of that, but Devil's Party Press will have it.
That is beautiful. I have not heard anyone use Kindle Vella like that yet.
I'm sorry, say again.
I was like, I'm very interested in learning more about Kindle Vella. I knew when it came out and stuff like that. I was like, this is interesting. And now you're going to do it, your whole book this way. This is beautiful.
Yes.
I'm loving this.
Yeah, it's a great way to get it out fast. Yeah.
Always something innovative and new going on in the writing world.
Always. And Amazon's very supportive with that. It helps small and new authors or unknown authors to get out there into the world and possibly make a career out of it. So it's great.
I love this. Can you also tell us where we can find out more information about you, Amy? Like, can we follow you on Facebook to find out more about the book? Or Instagram?
Oh, my Facebook page is just me. I've had some issues with Facebook with other businesses. They're very I find them to be very business oriented, and they're a business. So I have my webpage called A Will Writing, AWILL Writing. It's on Medium and on WordPress. So I work on that. I have a TikTok page that's devoted to my cleaning and cleaning tips, but I also talk about, because you're only allowed to have one TikTok, doesn't that stink? But anyway, so yeah, so I throw some things on there. I will be throwing some things on there with that as well. I'm kind of social media shy in a lot of ways, because it's so much. I only have so many hours in the day, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, and I gave up Twitter, I'm afraid. It just got to be too rough. Yeah, I did.
I mean, I have a Twitter page. I never.
You never tweet?
Yeah, I didn't tweet 7 years ago, so not gonna tweet.
I got into that in 2020 when we all were getting into that, and it got ugly. I'll just leave it there. It got ugly, and I'm like, no, I'm out. Yeah, so
that work.
Yeah.
Woo. So okay, so we can catch you on Medium and WordPress.
WordPress, yes, WordPress and Medium, and the TikTok page, which is The Green Cleaning Freak. So.
Ooh, I'm gonna be watching that just for my own home, because I gotta go clean after this.
Yep, I'm totally green, non-toxic cleaner, and so that's what I'm doing with the writing, is trying to work my way out of that, so that I can keep what's left of my body intact. Cleaning's hard work, and that's where I'm at with that. So great, I'd love to have you.
Much. This has absolutely been wonderful to learn so much about your book and about you as an author. Thank you so much for coming by. And since you've already shared your links, I'm going to share mine and wrap it up.
All right.
Here, I'm Wilnona, one of the And I Thought ladies, and you can find out everything your ladies are up to at www.andithoughladies.com. And while you're there, take a moment and go down to the middle of the page, and you can see the charities that we proudly support. We ask that you take a moment and think about them and give them a little, like, either cash or time or knowledge. Okay. Any of this. You recognize I said time and knowledge, right?
Right.
That does not take anything from your pocket. So there you go. We thank you in advance for that. And remember that wisdom is all around you if you're open to finding it and accepting it. So peace and love, you guys, from Winona and the Missing Jade. Oh, yeah. Thanks for listening.